that Nelson has landed.
That's right.
Why have you arrived so late compared to the rest of the
Because
Sky
number
team?
one, I was
Hang on, it's
deterred.
a bit, we need a bit of lighting.
Deterred. I was flying. I was deterred from flying because I heard what happened with Dean White on the plane. So fear got the better of me, and he decided to wait a while until the airways were safe. And apart from that, I was working. Someone's got to work. Someone's got to hold the fort.
What would you do if you was on a flight?
I'd have knocked him out. I completely agree with it. When I heard, I said, restraining. I'd have knocked him out.
Even on the way to Saudi?
Knock him out. Because he restrained him and sat the guy down, and they didn't even put cuffs on him. Let him sit there for the last 20 minutes of the flight. I'd have knocked him out.
But do you realise what would have happened to you once you've landed in Saudi?
I'd have been a hero. I'd have been a hero because this guy's trying to open the plane mid-air. I'd have been a hero.
You'd have been a hero in most parts of the world, but
yeah, I think Dean's. You know what the funniest line is? Dylan saying, "My brother's more diplomatic than I am." You got.
Could you imagine what Dylan would have done?
Yeah. I agree what Dylan would have done. Took him out.
Thank God Dean was on that flight.
Yeah. He is actually. Hello, stranger. You alright? You good? Nice to see you. He is actually. He's just a cuddly giant. That's all.
Now, as this fight gets closer, are you still 1,000% Anthony gets the
I'll
belt
be
back?
honest with you.
Oh.
This week, when I've looked at both guys working out and seeing the body language of both guys, my what's up, man? My staunch opinion was shaken, but I still say Anthony Joshua pulls it off.
So what percentage is that now?
I'm still 1,000%. I'll stick my guns.
So you?
I was shaken because Ruiz looks great on the pads. He looks on point, and AJ, he's not giving much away. And probably what's making me uncomfortable is him asking people what they think. Like, yes, Cougar. And I'm like,
What?
Excuse my French.
Oh yeah, what did you make of that?
But I thought, why would you ask Cougar? Why would you ask him? You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that I'm like, nah. So maybe he's just trying to out the doubters. So when he does it, he'll say, yes, you're back,
The
sir.
doubters.
Back off, this is my interview. He works for you, and he's working with me. And you, I just talked to your boss like that.
Johnny said that he
don't you ever talk to him like that?
Johnny said that he would have knocked the guy out on the plane. Alright,
Girls, it's about me. Right, you get an interview. You see?
What do you make of his physique, Anthony's?
Great. I like it. I like the attitude he's taking now, where he's basically saying I'm a boxer. I should spend more time in the boxing gym than the weights gym. Could be too little, too late. You never know. If he gets away with it, when it comes to this fight, then he'll understand. He'll understand the lesson of a lot of fighters. What they do is when they fight, they disappear for 2 or 3 months, then come back to training camp 3 months before to lose weight for a fight, instead of constantly being in the gym every day. And I don't mean train like a madman. I mean ticking over every day. It's going to be your lifestyle. So it sounds like AJ's made it his lifestyle since the loss to Ruiz to say I want to be in the gym every day, and he gets it. I just hope he's done it in enough time to benefit from it.
Aside from his physical state, in terms of his mental state, he's made some interesting comments to Sky.
Totally get it.
About bowing down and everyone can fuck themselves.
Yeah, totally get it, because he's looking at Wilder, he's looking at Fury, and these guys are saying some outrageous things, and nobody's giving him a hard time. So he's thinking, hold on a minute.
Like what?
Like what? You mean like what?
What
like Fury's saying, like what they're saying. You're not telling me they've not said some things you're thinking, rotted. I don't mean boxing related or not boxing related. So
on Fight Week, Wilder has come out about death and stuff before.
Right, so exactly, see there. So AJ's now thinking, you know what? Why should I bite my tongue? Why should I be so PC? What difference does it make? Because I'm quite sure he's got a good team around him that give that PC line out, and which has made him, as far as I'm concerned, probably one of the wealthiest heavyweights out there, because of that image they've created. But now he's got to the point where he's thinking, you know what? I've now seen people that were tapping me on the back, telling me how good I was, telling me how I should do this, that, and the other. So it's probably bothered him. He's thinking, nah, man, all right, let's have some of this. I'm gonna speak, say what I want to say.
Is this fight as simple as people are saying? Keep it long.
Could be.
Yeah?
Could be. It could be.
Do you think Anthony's been watching tapes of you?
You know what? I actually would. I'd box him boring. I know Dylan said go out there and jump him, which could actually work. And the only reason why it didn't work in the first place is because AJ didn't expect anything back. You know, his defence wise, but he gave the man a chance that shouldn't have had one. He boxes him short, boxes him quick. He's on point. He's strong. Let him walk onto the shots, use the ring, then he can pull it off.
What do you see as Ruiz's main advantages going into this fight, apart from the psychological factor?
Well, what he had before was he had the art of surprise, where you look at him, you're thinking, really? Now you're looking, you're thinking, I know exactly what to expect here. He's got long arms, disturbingly long arms, and people I don't know what he's actually picked up on that. From the size of him and height of him, he's actually got, his arms are probably longer than AJ's. And if you watch when it's a shot still, they'll come out from the shoulder, and he gets a probably extra 2-3 inches on the shots. So when AJ's pulling out, and you think we're out of range, that's when you're getting clipped. So AJ's just got a box, but his legs don't match his arms. So he's got nice fast hands, so AJ's got a pop, jump, you know, in and out. Let him try and reach the shot and time counter coming back. That's how, but it's having the wisdom and experience to do this. And I think AJ now has submersed himself in that, surrounded himself with boxing people, and doing that is the right thing.
Have to see Dylan White back.
Oh yeah, every day of the week, every day. My favourite man, my favourite. He's my favourite. And
are you allowed to say that?
Yeah, he is. I am. Why? He is. I like him. I like his attitude.
Tom Little, who sparred both of them into lead up to this card, said that Dylan White would definitely beat Joshua right now.
All right.
Thoughts on that?
I don't disagree with that at all. I don't disagree with that at all. These two are so well matched. But you know, it's 1-1 now. So now they're so well matched. I do not disagree with that. And so therefore that fight again is always there. It's always that they're so. It's such a great position. But I think it's potentially a brilliant fight.
Isn't it weird that there's 3 fighters on this card that Josh was lost to, and they're on his undercard?
It is, but it just shows. And again, so therefore, you know, the doubters are saying, is he good enough? Is this X, Y, Z? Remember, Anthony Joshua has been boxing under 11 years, and look at what he's achieved inside that space. So most amateurs get to 10 years, then turn pro, and then start learning the trade once they turn pro. Anthony Joshua, in that short space of time, has won the Olympics. He's won a world heavyweight title. He's boxed the top 5 fighters in the world, and people are just ignoring what he's achieved. So it means this boy learns quick. This boy's on point. He's not luck. Luck's doing it once or maybe twice, not 3, 4, 5, 6 being world champion 3 years. That's not luck. Something's right. So therefore, when it comes to mental strength and attitude, you've got to think to yourself, he's one of those kids that, you know what, he could turn it around. So he's got the right attitude to do it.
Just lastly, looking back at Wilder's knockout of Ortiz, how do you see the Fury rematch going?
Listen, Wilder now, and I'm probably not his favourite bunny because I said, I don't know that, but I tell you now, he's the heaviest hitting heavyweight in history. As far as I'm concerned, in history. Because the man, and you can't put it on Ortiz being old, because Wilder was behind on points.
Well, he lost every round.
He lost every round, so you can't say he beat an old man. He knocked a man out with a shot that he wasn't even triggered all the way back.
I know, that was the mad thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm saying is, as far as I'm concerned, rated, he's the heaviest puncher out there. So no matter who you put him in with, he can knock anybody out. Give him the chance, give him the opening, he's taking you out.
Do you fancy Tyson in February though?
Tyson, I think after watching that, Tyson will say, and Tyson himself has said, he's got a puncher's chance. As long as Tyson's cautious on point, quite clearly can outbox him. But even in the last fight, he got Tyson at the end. This time we'll try and get Tyson early. But again, I think a great boxer will always prevail, and the better boxer I would always lean towards.
Well, I've got 2 very interesting heavyweight rematches. So starting off with this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for your time. Have a safe stay in Saudi Arabia, okay?
Stay safe.
Yeah. You know what I'm referring to there, innit?
Absolute dynamite.